One ordinary morning, you wake up and realize that every yesterday and every tomorrow is happening right now. Quantum physics has already revealed time, as we believe it to be, is not a straight line. It's an ocean of possibilities. And Hermeticism has always taught that there is an absolute plane, where everything already is, and a relative plane, where we experience the illusion of change. What we call past and future are not out there. They exist inside the mind, and can be accessed or transformed at any moment. And what if I told you? There is a law that allows you to move between these realities. A law recorded by Hermetic masters thousands of years ago, long before science even began to suspect it. Imagine you're sitting in a theater. The curtain rises, and scenes from your life begin to unfold. Moments from the past, possibilities from the future, and even situations you've never lived, yet could have happened. You realize you're not just watching. You are the writer, the director, and at the same time, the actor. The universe is mental. All is in the mind of the all. The Kybalion, Chapter 4. The Mental Universe. Quantum physics began to glimpse this truth through the Double Slit Experiment. When subatomic particles pass through two slits, they behave like waves, as if they exist in multiple places at once. But when someone observes, the pattern changes, and the particle chooses a single path. It's as if the very focus of consciousness determines the reality that manifests. Physicist John Wheeler, one of the most respected names in quantum science, stated, "No phenomenon is a real phenomenon until it is an observed phenomenon." And even Albert Einstein admitted, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." Einstein's words open a portal of reflection. The time we live is not an objective clock ticking the same for everyone. It is subjective, shaped by our mind. Think about it. A day of joy passes quickly. A day of anguish feels like it will never end. If time is experienced differently depending on your emotional state, then your own perception may be delaying or accelerating the arrival of the life you wish to manifest. Here's where many get stuck. When you believe you must wait a long time for something to happen, you are, without realizing it, programming your consciousness to push that future further away. But when you change how you feel time, when you live as if what you desire is already present, you remove the delay and align with the absolute plane, where everything is already created and available. In Hermeticism, we understand that we live on two planes simultaneously. On the absolute plane, all possibilities already exist. On the relative plane, we experience only the version we choose to perceive. This means that the moment you shift the way you think and feel about time, you are not waiting for your future to arrive. You are jumping into the version of reality where it is already real. When you say, "My life is like this and always will be," you are simply reaffirming the play you have chosen to perform. But the stage is infinite, and you can change the scene right now. Once you realize you control the rhythm of the play, time stops being an obstacle and becomes your ally. If this knowledge is already expanding your mind, like this video and subscribe. Each time you do, you're teaching the algorithm to bring you more content that expands your consciousness. But why is it that we can't always choose the reality we want to live? What blocks our passage from one timeline to another? Let's see how the law of vibration explains this mystery, and how to tune in to the exact address of the reality you desire. Imagine an old radio, one of those with a large circular dial. You turn the knob slowly, and with each tiny movement, a new station emerges. One plays soft music, another is filled with static, another reports tragedies. All of them are broadcasting at the same time, but you only hear the one you're tuned to. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. The Kybalion. In modern physics, scientist Tom Campbell describes the universe as a conscious information system. According to him, each reality is like a data stream with its own frequency, and consciousness is the receiver that decides which one to access. Just like with the radio, you don't create the music, you choose which song you live in. This vision speaks directly to the law of vibration. On the absolute plane, all frequencies and possibilities are already complete. On the relative plane, the frequency of your mind and emotions determines the version of the world that manifests before you. If your life feels stuck in the same story, it's not because the world isn't changing. It's because you're keeping your dial on the same station. Change the frequency, and you change the world you experience. When you enter a place and feel that the air is heavy, it's more than just a psychological impression. It's your consciousness reading the vibrational field. If you react with anger, fear, or frustration, you confirm and reinforce the frequency you're in. But if you shift internally, you begin tuning into a different station. And this new frequency changes everything. Your actions, your perceptions, and even the kinds of people and opportunities that cross your path. So, if changing vibration is the key, how do you do it consciously and consistently without being pulled back into old patterns? There is a Hermetic method to move between realities, using your own mind as the portal. Imagine you are standing in a completely dark room. You hold a flashlight, and you can only see the part illuminated by its beam. So you believe that only that small section exists. But the truth is, the entire room is there. What you've already illuminated, what we call the past, what you are lighting up now, the present, and what you haven't yet illuminated, the future. Everything exists simultaneously. Your consciousness is simply moving through space, making it appear as though time is passing. This metaphor is confirmed by several discoveries in modern physics. The delayed choice Double Slit Experiment showed that the decision of how to measure a particle can influence its state, even after it has already happened. This challenges the very notion of linear time. Quantum teleportation experiments proved that particles can share information instantly, as if there were no spatial or temporal separation. The block universe theory, proposed by relativistic physicists, suggests that past, present, and future coexist within a single structure, and that the perception of time's flow is merely a construct of consciousness. Physicist Amit Goswami connects this to spirituality by affirming, "Consciousness is the ground of all being. Matter exists as possibilities within consciousness. If matter is only possibility, this means every moment contains infinite versions of itself. You are not creating something out of nothing. You are choosing which version to illuminate with your inner flashlight." And here enters the Hermetic teaching. That which is above is like that which is below. That which is below is like that which is above. The Kybalion. On the absolute plane, all versions already exist. The one where you achieved your goals, the one where you gave up, the one where you took an entirely different path. On the relative plane, your vibration and your focus determine which of these doors will open. Hermetic exercise to tune into the desired reality. Illuminate. Close your eyes and visualize the flashlight of your consciousness, pointing toward the version of yourself that is already living what you desire. Immerse. Feel the environment, the emotions, and even the physical details of that reality. Correspond. Notice how this version thinks, speaks, and acts, and bring those patterns into the present moment. Anchor. Begin acting immediately as this version, sustaining the vibration that keeps the door open. The portal is not in a distant place. It is in the way you think, feel, and vibrate right now. At every moment, you are illuminating a different part of the room. The question is, which part will you choose to see from today onward? Because here's the final secret. It's not enough to find the right door. You must remain there, even when everything around you tries to push you back into the old reality. Now you know. Time is not a straight line. It is an ocean of possibilities. And you are not a passenger adrift. You are the navigator. Quantum physics has shown that all realities already exist. Hermeticism has revealed that on the absolute plane, everything is already created. What we live on the relative plane is simply the frequency we choose to sustain. But here's the secret few truly understand. Changing reality is easy. The hard part is not going back to the old one. And life will test you. Old emotional patterns will call you back. Circumstances will try to convince you that nothing has changed. It is in these moments that the true initiate reveals themselves. By remaining firm in the new vibration, even when everything around seems to deny what you've chosen. Every time you hold the frequency of your new reality, you send a clear signal to the universe. This is my new home. Write in the comments, I tune in to the best reality to anchor your new vibration. If this journey expanded your consciousness, like this video and subscribe. This keeps you aligned with this circle of knowledge and helps spread the wisdom that unites science and spirituality. Knowledge only becomes power when it is applied. So if you want to learn how to use the Hermetic laws to reprogram your mind and create prosperity in every area of your life, check the pinned comment for the audiobook and ebook, The Key to Prosperity, Transform Your Financial Life with the Hermetic Laws. And the video in the card will help you stay in the vibration of your new reality. Watch it now to continue your journey of transformation. Until our next initiatic encounter on the path of Hermetic wisdom.